Hello, everyone. In the last two episodes, we have embarked on a journey of trying to understand what accountability means and what we as leaders can do to create a culture of accountability in our team. To begin with, we saw the difference between accountability and responsibility. And we saw that accountability is much more than ticking the boxes or doing things that are mandated by the role that you are doing. It in fact goes far forward, far ahead in taking responsibility for the results, for the actions, and making things happen. We also saw that while leaders and organizations can easily mandate and assign responsibilities to their team members, accountability unfortunately cannot be assigned. It is taken by your team, and therefore the big challenge for leaders is how do they create this culture of accountability in their organization. And we saw a very interesting thing that a lot of us as leaders feel that we need to hold our teams accountable for their actions. And by this very act of holding teams accountable, we have weaponized this word of accountability. We have created a fear in the minds of our teams for something which should act as a catalyst and motivator for teams to excel in their performance. And therefore, what we understood was that it is far more important for us to create a culture of accountability in our organizations than create a fear of accountability in our team. So what are those 2-3 steps that we can take as leaders? What are those actions that we can take as leaders to create a culture of accountability in our organizations? Today, I plan to dive deep into this topic with you. And as always, it begins with you, the leader. If you want to create a culture of accountability in your organization, the first thing that you need to do is to demonstrate accountability in your conduct, your behavior. If in your organization, for all the good things that happen, for all the success that happens, if the credit is given to the leader, then automatically, to balance it, the discredit for the failures should also rest with the leader. In fact, I would like to go a step further and say that for everything that happens good, for all successes in your organization, the credit should always be with your teams. And if things go bad, where there is a misstep, a failure, it should rest on the broad shoulders of you, the leader. That to me is the mantra of all great leaders. Having understood this, the next important thing is to create a relationship with your teams, which is one of commitment. As a leader, you need to stand by your commitments. Your team should know that you walk the talk, you stand by what you say, that you are authentic, that you are genuine, that you can be relied upon. It helps in building more meaningful and deeper relations, which, going forward, build trust and loyalty. Remember, your team will never let you down if they know that you will not let them down. If they know that you are not going to push them under the bus when the chips are down. So to summarize, I would like to say that as leaders who want to create a culture of accountability, the starting point lies in our behavior, in our conduct, in our demonstrating the values of accountability. I would ask you to ponder over this and reflect any actions that you would like to take in the coming days to build a culture of accountability in your teams. And when we meet next time, I'm going to share with you some other steps and actions that we as leaders can take to create a culture of accountability. Thank you. Jai Hind.